everyone. Happy Thursday. We're back.
We're back. Welcome to the 9th episode of Rags to Riches.
Woohoo! That's even older than I am. I'm only 5 on a good day.
Yeah, we're almost double digits now.
Dude, that's awesome. So, hey, welcome everybody. I see we got a house full already. Man, I'm going to scroll back up. See, we got Lynn in here. Hi, love. Good to see you. John Richter, welcome. That's me, Serenity. Okay, I'm there. BTK, my man. How you doing, brother? Okay. So, yeah, it looks like there's a bunch of chat. They're all laughing because I said earlier I had to go get my hair pretty. Then we're ready to rock. Hey, it takes a lot to get this. Exactly. You know, well, carnauba wax, we're good to go.
There you go. There you go. That way, you know, it keeps the rain, you know.
Exactly. I keep thinking about that ceramic wax. It's supposed to be really good on cars. Like, if I do that, I can do like once every 3 months. I'm gold. There we go.
I don't know how that would work on skin.
I don't know either. Hey, Cameron, good to have you with us, buddy. Thanks for joining. All right, we got Crypto Coin Mindset. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
So now, we've had an interesting week. We had a little bit of pump. We had a little bit of dump. We had things kind of moving sideways here. But a couple of them are still going up. Now, we know the XRP, the XLM, they're still kind of picking up. They're dropping, picking up. But they're going better. And so we kind of covered this a little bit last time. And that was about our... I'm trying to bring up the slide. Sorry. I should be better prepared. Can I be fired now? So we all know that when it does a 2x, you're supposed to take 25% profit out of the DeFi project. That's our strategy, right? No? Okay.
Your gigabit internet that you have now.
Am I doing it again?
Is not going to rectify the issue with your mic that you were supposed to talk with BTK about to fix.
Okay, you talk for a second there. Yeah. The sound is glitching. She's just telling me that right now. Okay. I'm going to do this real quick. Okay. So, Cyril, I'm going to have you entertained for a quick second. I'm going to go break shit. I'll be right back.
All right. Sounds good. But yeah, so hello, everybody. If you recall last episode, we were talking about XRP and how it went on that bullish pump, right? From the news that the SEC's kind of lost their court case there, not considered a security. And we talked about how it would likely continue its little consolidation pennant before continuing to pull up as some additional exchanges listed it. And I'll be honest, I have not checked the chart since. So when Serenity gets back, I'm going to make him pull that up and we'll take a look at it and see what it's done and see if we were right. And that as additional exchanges started bringing XRP back and listing it again, that we would see an additional price increase on XRP. And it's worth noting that XLM, Stellar, kind of got dragged up with XRP. They're both very similar in what they do and what their purpose is. The difference is that Stellar's a lot faster in what it does, right? The whole international monetary processing and transfers and stuff like that. That's kind of what they're gearing it towards. He's back.
I'm back. Do I sound any better?
Yes, for now.
Okay, we'll see how it goes.
So
what am I bringing up?
You're bringing up the XRP chart because we want to see if from that pump where then it started to do, this one of these little numbers, if it was going to continue and then continue kind of moving its way upward as additional exchanges during the week listed it.
Got it. Okay. Now you guys might get some more background noise. I shut off all of my filters, all that stuff. The BTK said, just kill it. It's like, okay, I killed it.
Sometimes that's what you got to do. You just got to, try turning it off and back on again.
Yep. I had to give the axe. Okay, what the hell am I doing? Oh, I put up XRP chat.
Yes, I'm the right one.
This is why we can't have nice things. Here we go. Okay. So let's go ahead and share that. And I removed it. There we go. Not the best chart. Okay, so that's our 1 day chart.
Okay, can you switch it to the 5 days?
There you go.
Perfect. So, this would have been 7 days ago that we last had this meeting. Do they have a week? Nah, I see they got a month, and that's about it. Oh, yeah. You're bringing it up on Google. Go to TradingView. What's wrong with you?
Okay, fine. It was easy. I was lazy. I'll admit.
There we go. I'll type in that XRP.
I'm looking. Okay. XRP. Got
Don't let it bite you.
it. It scares me, man.
All
There we
right.
go. Okay. Why is this so huge?
You're probably on like the 5-minute time
5
frame.
minute, yeah.
Yeah, switch to the 4-hour. Should be good.
4? Okay.
Yeah,
You got
4
it.
hours.
4
That'll
hours.
give us a little bit of movement. All right, so it's still in the consolidation, but we saw that pump, and then it came down, and then that sideways action, and it's kind of slowly working its way upwards, but it's still technically in a consolidation. It's holding firm with that price pump that we saw from that news event, mainly due to, even though people are taking profits off that run, the additional exchanges are coming out, they're listing it, people are able to start trading it and buying it again. A lot of people got locked out of XRP, especially if you were here in the US, So I had a friend who tried buying it on Mexi, and he's like, how do I move it to my MetaMask? And I'm like, you don't.
You don't. Exactly. And that's what I ran into. Now, here's my question here. Okay. So this is a strategy question. Now, on our theory of DeFi investing, once we hit a 2x, our pattern is to take 25% profits out, correct?
Well,
okay. Actually, real quick, I want to pause everything. So I'm going to say, hi, Mom. Love you. She's with us today. And Funny Toro, welcome, buddy. Okay. So if we've hit a 2x from where I got in down here at I don't know, it's been a while back now, but let's say it gets 2x and I take my 25% out. The real question now is, since this isn't a DeFi project per se, but more of a long haul project, what do I do with that 25%? Or should I leave it, and should my rules change because it is more of a bigger project than a DeFi project? Do I need to reevaluate my rules?
well, the SEC intends to appeal the court's decision. So there's going to be additional volatility ahead. So it's always better, especially when you're trying to grow a smaller account, to secure the profits as they come.
Okay.
You're following your rules, because here's the thing: you can't go wrong following the rules, right?
Okay.
You might just miss out on some potential gains. But here's the thing: if you spend your life worrying about missing out on potential gains, you're never actually going to take any gains home. So
Gotcha. Okay. But now here's the next thing is, okay, so I take my 25% out and I'm sitting there with that. What do I do? Go buy pizza, or do I stick it in another DeFi project? I mean, that's really the big question in this world is, we follow a strategy, we take our profits, but man, I'm not sure I want to put that in some crazy DeFi project. What do we do? How do we break up that profits? Is that where we take, like, okay, 80% goes away in a long-term like blue chip and we take the other 20% towards DeFi? Or what do you recommend in a strategy like this to build our bags up? So we're going for.
yeah, so if you let's say you went and you bought XRP at 40 cents, and you bought, $200 of it, right? And then it goes up to 80 cents. You take 25% profit. Now your $200 is $400. You take $100 of that as profit, right? Because you're cashing out for 25%. Since XRP, it's not quite a blue chip, right? Especially with all the lawsuits and all that fun jazz going on right now. And this is not financial advice, but what I typically do in a situation like that, where I had a nice run, I took out some profits, I'm not really sure where I want to put it, is I'll take probably about half of it and put it into a blue chip that I know is at a good price point. And depending on the amount that I'm putting in, I'll DCA in so I can later DCA out, right? I'm not going to just drop it all right away. A little buy here, a little buy there, a little buy there. And then the other half, I'll keep as a stable coin. That way, that's the money it is. I don't have to worry about whether or not the price is going to fluctuate. I know that money's there, and I can deploy it quickly to take advantage of a flash sale on something, or bridge it over to a different network, to hop into a DeFi project that I found that looks promising, or whatever I may choose to do with it. So I take about 50% of those gains. I'll put it into a good blue chip. I'll take the other 50%, keep it as a stable coin. I recommend USDC is the stable coin that I use. It's done well for me so far. Yeah, sure, they had that mild depeg due to people freaking out. What was that, like 3 months ago now at this point?
Yeah. Yeah, we're dropped down to, what was it, 87 or 88 cents or something like that for a quick little spike.
Yeah, and that's when I started longing it against USDT.
That makes sense. And yeah, great way to go on that. Now, here's the biggest thing, of course, is for a lot of us, we're thinking, okay, we're taking this out, and it's that concern of, we've been in the bear for a while. It's going to go up. A lot of these are going to go up. And so a lot of people are like, well, maybe I should just hold. Maybe I shouldn't make. And so how do you overcome that fear of, yeah, but if I take it out and all of a sudden XRP goes to $5 tomorrow, then, oh my God, I'm going to miss out. And I think that's a lot of the fear that people have when they do take profits. How do you get over that? What's the best way to do that? Like you're saying, the blue chip and stuff, but how do you deal with it emotionally and psychologically?
Yeah, so raise your hand if you've lost money on something that you were already up on before.
I don't have any more hands, or I would.
And you need to remember that. Okay. There's two little sayings. You cannot go broke taking profit. And then an excerpt from the Trading Mindset article that I wrote states that you need to be okay with knowing that after you sell, it will still likely 2x. That's okay, because your goal is to capture the momentum, not sit there and try to time the top. You're not going to do it. Okay. I don't even time the top most of the time. So, it's, oh, that's right. Your birthday is tomorrow.
I am. Yeah. I get old tomorrow.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thanks, Mom. Appreciate it. Yeah, I was gonna bring that up later. gonna pass around a tin cup for pennies. Please, sir, can I have a penny for my birthday?
I'll send you 0.01 USDC or something.
It costs more in gas.
So yes, psychologically, FOMO is very strong. For those who don't know, FOMO means fear of missing out. And that's why a lot of people will toss all of the money that they want to invest into something at once instead of DCAing in. They're worried, well, what if the price goes up between now and when I finish DCAing? I'm going to get less of these tokens, which is going to affect, how much profit I make. So they get that fear of missing out, or they don't sell because their $3,600 went up to $1,200, or $3,600 went up to $100,000, and they're like, "Oh, it's going to keep going. Let's go!" Right? And so they don't sell, and then they wind up with less than $3,600, or it doesn't go well. So you need to understand that the odds are never in your favor, and so when you have reach those mile markers, you need to be taking profit. Opportunity will always present itself in the markets. The markets are still going to be there tomorrow. They're still going to be there a year from now, 5 years from now. There is time. Your fear of missing out is an instinctual fear that you have. And in order to be successful at trading, you must overcome that. You must follow your rules. You must follow your plans. And you must DCA in and DCA out. And so when you're worried, oh, it's going to keep going, why am I taking profits? Well, you're only taking profits of 25% of it in stages. And then at the end, you keep that remaining amount as your moon bag, right? We actually have that there on that rules list.
Yes, we do.
So are you, remaining balance remains to moon, Perfect. And that's what that's there for. If XRP goes to $5, great. You've got 25% of your initial investment that's going to ride it to that point. Because guess what? If you bought XRP at 40 cents, I guarantee you that you would not hold your whole bag to $5 anyway. I would bet money on that.
That's probably fair. Yeah, if the wife would let me get into it, has control of it. I don't even have control anymore. It's like, no, here, you take it. I can't trust me.
Yep. You always see the people in those DeFi projects that are like, oh, we're going to go to $1, right? And, they bought at point and then like 5 zeros and some number. And they're like, it's going to $1. I'm going to have, $100 million off my $500 investment. And I just shake my head and chuckle to myself because I know for a fact that even if all of the odds went in their favor and it did somehow go to $1, they would have sold long before then anyway. So that's the point. You get your profits as it's going up, following that rule structure that we set, and then you have your moon bag that you already got your money, so you don't care about the moon bag. You can let it sit there, go to whatever price it's going to go to, and have yourself a nice little happy payday later.
Okay. So, and I got one question for you real quick, but I want to get through a couple comments here. So, Funny Toro, thank you, brother. Yeah, my birthday starts in like, I don't know, about 6 hours, something like that. So, and then I'm 51. Ooh, damn, I'm getting old. So, and welcome to P21, Paul. Good to have you with us, buddy. And Funny said, now when you DCA in, the 2x is based on the average purchase price.
Yeah.
That is correct.
So if I make my purchases and I'm buying at 5 cents, 10 cents, 7 cents, and my average is 7.5 cents or whatever, then my 2x would be at 15 cents.
Okay. So you don't want to do the 2x at the lowest price you bought it, nor at the highest. You want to find the mean of all the purchases.
Yep.
Which is why that spreadsheet is so critical to know what you actually purchased them at. Ooh, yes. Look at me. I feel special now.
He can be taught.
Slowly, but yeah, I don't do the spreadsheet. That's what the wife's for.
Yeah, you
so,
might.
CryptoLink, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it, my man. So, now let me ask you, Cyril, on this. As we know, the market goes up, it goes down. Now, how do you feel about, let's say it does a 2x. I take out my 25%, and I take half that and I put that in blue chips. Then I see that one that I'm still holding making profits on, it does a quick dip down. Is it wise to take part of what you took out in profits to put back in that dip to try and drive it back up? Or do you keep that away from that project entirely since you already pulled profit from that project?
Well, I'm trying to think about how crass I want my analogy to be here.
Okay. Ooh, this is going to hurt. Ooh, I can feel it coming.
No, it's just, why would you call the one night stand the next day? You already got your profit, right? That's secured. Don't go putting it back in, okay? You still have the remainder there that's invested, that's waiting for the next take profit target, right? Don't go adding back to it because then you're setting yourself back. You're instead of profit that's secured, what if you put that half back in and it keeps going down?
Gotcha. Okay, so don't keep going back to the blonde that you know. Find a new redhead. Gotcha. Okay. And this just went down the hill quick, man. We're getting ugly.
Well, like I said, I was trying to decide how crass I wanted to be with it, and then I was like, you know what? My brain's fried from, yeah. So
don't stick your junk in Zealy. Okay, fair enough. Okay, wisdom from BTK right there. That risky spot trading. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I was curious, John, because I think that's one of the things that a lot of new investors and smaller investors are really looking at, because we become attached or almost married to these crypto projects. And as we all know, we've learned the hard way for most of us, that's a bad way to go. I was very attached to a project a while back called 100 Days. And yeah, that didn't turn out well, but I was emotionally attached to it. And when it went sideways, I was devastated. And so I've got to remember that this is finances. This is not a marriage. This is not children. We're not having a relationship. This is finances, and I need to keep my emotions separate. And that's a hard lesson for most people.
And for those of you who are very active in the crypto space and find yourself as moderators in certain communities, or maybe dedicated content creators for those communities, don't not sell out of some feeling of responsibility to the community that you moderate. You stick with your strategy. I moderate for several communities, and I had the token at one point, and I no longer have the token anymore because it hit my targets and I sold, right? I'm still there helping the community out, doing what I need to do. but I don't hold their token anymore. Or maybe I hold one just so I still have the holder role in there. So they don't know I sold,
I still got one.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, don't let, as you get more involved in the different communities, it becomes, you'll find a lot of that whole family cultish mentality. And most people don't mean to do it. It's just the way it is. It's that whole group think, like we're all in this together, or however.
Kumbaya. Yeah. And
And
see,
so,
I'm all about family, so I won't take that personally because I know it's a different thing. My family is the family of education, of respect, of learning together, not family of your money in my pocket. That's not a family. That's an investment, guys.
right. Anytime there's your money involved, it's an investment. Yes, you can enjoy hanging out with the community. Yes, you can enjoy moderating the community or helping the team or whatever your role may be. But don't let that affect your trading decisions. I've seen it time and time again where someone had a ton of money from something that they had done, and they didn't sell it because they're like, oh, I don't want to dump on my friends, right? You're not dumping on your friends. You're selling your investment that you purchased, right? You're following the strategy rules, and you should always do that regardless, because at the end of the day, we all are here to learn, to make some money, and to grow and kind of take control of our own finances. And just because most of the space is happy to sit there screaming to the moon and spamming rocket emojis, you need to keep your head about you, or you will not be successful. Again, that's that emotions, right? And that's something that has no place in investing.
Get out. Very wise. And I think that's one of the hardest things for most people. Excuse me, especially smaller investors or the people who are just getting into this. I mean, you got the guys punching time clocks, and that's really our goal here at Rags to Riches, is to help those people who, they're not buying pizza that week so they can put $25 in. And that's what our whole theory is. But for those people, $25, that's an emotional attachment. That's a lot to them. And some other places, I mean, wherever you are, whatever you're investing, there's probably some attachment. And so that separation is very, very difficult, especially where you've got things like the lottery says you have to do it within this week time frame and you could win this and it'd be great. And so there's always deadlines, there's time frames, there's hoopla and excitement. And to separate that is really tough in today's society.
Yeah, it can be. It can be because we live in a society, as the quote goes, where that instant gratification is very much a what's expected. And I'm able to go to Amazon. I'm able to buy that thing I want, and it shows up at my door the next day, or whatever it may be. We focus a lot on instant gratification, and instant gratification is the antithesis of investing. It truly is. And so until you can break out of that and have your game plan, your long-term plan, and follow those rules, you're still going to be there punching your time clock, because you're going to lose money when it starts to go down, and you panic sell because you're like, oh shit, it's going to keep going down. Let me get out of this. And now you take a little loss there, and then you buy this and it goes up and you hold it because you're like, oh, let's go. And then it comes back down. You lose your money there, right? If I'm calling anybody out here, I apologize, but
I've done it.
That's you, then stop what you're doing.
Right.
And go back to episode 1 and then meet us back. Right.
Exactly. Yes. And that's how I learned in DeFi, is trying to get over that, because I mean, it was right at the end of the bull market is when I started getting really into DeFi. Ooh. And man, it was the worst time. Oh man, I got so many black eyes. But yeah, it's like somebody pushed me off a cliff and watched me bounce all the way down. But I've learned a ton. And so for all of that is education. And you know what? It's cheaper than going to college. So all in all, I think I did pretty well.
Yeah, it is. It is. Although if you got student loans that you're having to repay and you're not really wanting to repay it right now, there is a Florida State College where if you take every other semester, 6 credits cost you about $136 to $150 because of how cheap it is. And it's online, so it's telecommute. And the fun thing is, you can just keep stacking classes every other semester because you're allowed to take a semester off in between semesters, and
Right.
it just keeps deferring those student loans. And you just stay doing that until the day you die, stacking yourself bachelor's degrees, and your downtime online, because online college is easy, right? And you never have to pay the student loans back.
Okay, so I think my wife is taking notes right now because she's been taking classes constantly for like 2 years now, and she's doing great at it. But yeah, so Lynn, there you go. There is some great advice on how to not have to pay for it.
Yep.
So, Funny Toro had a question. I've been waiting on this one because this is a good question. So it says, how much maximum should we invest into one project or token?
So obviously that answer is going to be different depending on your situation and what your financial situation is. So let's talk percentages. Any investment that is considered speculative, which is 99% of
Most
DeFi,
of, yeah, all of it.
should only be a small percentage of your portfolio. My numbers is percentage wise, what I'll do is I say, okay, my stock portfolio presents me this much in dividends each week. So I'm willing to take 7% of that and put it into the crypto space. And that includes my blue chips and DeFi plays. So of that 7%, only 10% will go into a DeFi play. So whatever that number is for me is what I put in. So like let's break it down a little easier. Let's say you got $100 a week you want to move into the crypto space. Okay. No more than 10 to 20% of that should be going into any DeFi. You should be building your blue chip and planning long term for that. The rest, your speculative money, that's your play money. It's money that you don't mind losing. Of course, anytime you're putting money into an investment, it needs to be considered as gone when you buy it, right? You'd be like, I took this money, I bought these tokens, I now have these tokens. I do not have that money, right? If these tokens, I can later resell them for a higher amount, great. If not, I'll hold these tokens until they're worthless. But don't do that. Remember, we have 50%.
We just covered that. Yeah, that's bad.
Right. But so that's the whole mindset that you have to have with it is when I put money in, it's gone. So don't put money in that you're not okay with being gone. As far as a maximum, again, you got to figure out what are you willing to lose.
That's fair. Okay, so now let me ask you this. First, I got a couple comments thrown by. So, Lynn, of course, was laughing at us. Online is not easier, Cyril. And what college is this? Because she wants to learn about exactly how to do this. So, Lynn, we'll get notes for you on that one. I'll talk to Cyril after the show here.
If online's not easier, then you don't know about Wolfram Alpha.
Is that even English? What the hell was that?
It's a website. You can punch in literally any math equation and it will solve it for you and tell you exactly how to solve it so you can show your work.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, she's been doing ethics classes, and every time I walk through the living room from the recording studio, she's like, okay, so here's what we're discussing now. I'm like, what the hell? Where did that come from? I'm like, oh my God. And she's throwing out these names and all this technical jargon. I'm like, okay, good. I'm going back to my studio now. Bye.
Well, see, that's why if you're doing this sort of thing, you're really just taking the classes that you want to take, right? Because you're filling your requirements. You're not like really going for anything in particular. So you're skipping all the classes you don't want to take, just taking the ones you want to take. And yeah, I'll try to look up which college that was. I know it was like Florida State something. I'll find it. I'll let you know.
Okay. Yeah. I'm curious. So let's see. And I know we're on a tangent here, but that's okay. We'll get back to a sec. I wonder if you could take minimum classes just to delete accrual of interest. I don't know. Is it just me, or are we really trying to figure out how to avoid the educational tax or financial system here? I mean, we kind of went down a rabbit hole. Let's see. Mine is in business degrees and accounting. Okay. So now let's go back to this, because now like you're talking $100 a week. Okay. Now for most people, $100 a week, that's a pretty sizable investment. I mean, a lot of people just getting started, a lot of them can't afford that. So if they're starting out with say $20 or $30 a month, and mom's a great example, and I know she's watching here, where she'll say, okay, I can do $30 this month, and that's all I've got. Now, if you were to take and follow that rule of 20% DeFi, 80% blue chip, is that really ever going to have any effect over time? Or is it that whole mindset of, if we go in this DeFi project, does a 2x, then now we have $60. And I think that's the mindset a lot of people go with.
Yeah. So if you're in a situation where you can, $30 is what you can put in each month, right? Maybe consider alternating. Instead of doing a split every single time, consider alternating. Take 1 month where you're researching a couple of projects or whatnot that seem really solid to you. Maybe ask some friends who are experienced in the space, et cetera, what they think of that project. Always do your own research. And then maybe that month you take your $30 and you buy that project. The following month, you buy the blue chip that is at a good price point that you believe is going to do well long term. And so yeah, if you're in that kind of situation, then it would probably be more beneficial to you to just alternate each month. This month I'm going to buy this token. This month I'm going to buy ETH. Next month I'll buy the other token. The following month I'll buy some BNB.
Okay. And I think that's really important for a lot of people out there, because especially when they're just starting out, they're like, well, I don't have $500 to drop in this project or to put in my portfolio and say, okay, now I have $50 here and, $450 to go towards blue chips. And it's like, well, is $50 in a DeFi really going to make a difference after gases, taxes, things like that? And so I think that's really important. And that's a great philosophy, is doing that alternation. And that's what John Richter's saying that he does. And it's working great for him. So that's good advice right there.
Good.
Well done. Okay, so it is time, guys. It is our 30-minute warning where, as we do here in Rags to Riches, if you voted in the Discord, because that's what we're here for, is you guys get to vote on what we invest in. But if you voted for last week, we have a $10 giveaway for those voters. So real quick here, let's, I lost my banner. There it is. So if you're not part of the Discord, definitely go check it out, sign up, and there's a channel there where you can vote, you can discuss whatever projects you want. And we really need some more input there, guys, because we keep hitting the same votes. Not that that's bad, but we need some fresh blood, some fresh advice. So definitely jump in there, put in your vote. Okay, see, this I tell my, okay, so tell me about investing, but only have $25 a week alternate crypto you want. There you go. Crypto Coin Mine, great advice, brother. Well done.
Good stuff.
Okay, so for the voters this week, now we had a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 not including me. And we're going to change the game up. Instead of the Wheel of Fortune, we're going to have a dance-off.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Wheel of Pain, and I got excited there for a second. But
okay, this is just getting way too creepy. We're talking about one-night stands and Wheel of Pain. Man, I don't know what we don't need to talk about personal life. Okay. Yeah, this just went way down the gutter quick. That's just my brain. Yes, I'm twisted, demented. We know that. That's part of my charm. Okay, so how this is going to work, guys, is we're going to start the dance off, and the last player standing is going to win the $10.
Woo.
Are you guys ready? That's gonna be fun. It's kind of gruesome. Okay. Everybody ready to dance? And so I want to point out right here. I want to say a special thank you to BTK Radio. It's Funny Toro, not Runny Toro. Sorry, Funny Toro. Yabonks, Dayfi, Agata, John Richter, Cheetos, Wild Angel, X8 Taylor. Thank you guys for being part of the community, for jumping in and voting. Now, for this giveaway, remember, you have to be present to win. So whoever the dance-off is, you have until the end of this stream to DM me in Discord. Let me know your wallet address you want me to send that to. If I do not receive it, that $10 will be moved to next week's, and it will be double next week.
Ooh.
Woo. So, yeah, the last one was BTK. Congrats, brother. And yes, you can win this one again. But definitely get in there and vote. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dance off. Oh, does it have the music?
No, it doesn't.
Damn it, I screwed up. Oh, Richter and Wild Angel, go!
Go on.
Oh, there goes Agata. Sorry, Agata. Oh, see, now they're just getting all scared. Like, oh my god, oh my god. Oh, yeah. Bonks and X8 Taylor. Double tap.
Oh,
BTK.
hey.
Sorry, brother.
Fireball. Oh,
Dave
there goes
Fi.
Dave.
Sorry, Dave. Ooh, Cheetos dodged it.
Oh,
man.
again.
Ooh. Man, Cheetos, go buy a water ticket, buddy. You are. Oh, there goes Funny Toro. Cheetos, my man.
Now,
congratulations, brother.
I don't think he's watching the stream right now.
Oh, that's gonna suck. If he doesn't get in here and DM me in Discord, and I got my Discord open, then he is gonna miss out. Oof. Should we tell him?
Nah, we'll let him find out. You know, worst case scenario, somebody's gonna get $20 next week instead. So
exactly. There you go. So if I'm interested, they call me Runny Churro on the dance floor. So Chrome says a bit late because some calls, but let's go. All right, Chrome. Good to have you, my man.
welcome, Chrome.
BTK, last chance to dance. There you go, buddy. And John Rick says he's sleeping, I think. Ah, wow. Man, it's wrong time to be sleeping. This party time. Down home crypto party, Bubby.
Yeah, that's why I didn't think he was watching, because I have a pretty good idea of his schedule. Just simply because, well, he helps us run the Only Bourbons Discord, so you know I know when he's not available and when he's available. But
Man, that's okay. You know what? And if he misses out, that's okay. You know, he got in there, he voted, he was part of the community. And guys, that's what really matters the most, is being part of the community and putting your vote in there. And in fact, I think it's funny Toro keeps voting for elephant money, isn't it? Let me check that real quick.
no, that's yeah, Toro's the one who keeps voting for elephant money, not Cheetos.
Okay, yeah. Oh, it's Toro. Okay. So Toro, just to let you know, I actually voted for elephant money this week just for you. So you got backup on it, buddy. Or I should say for next week. We'll see how it goes.
Ooh.
Why is my earbuds all of a sudden? I'm deaf in one ear. It hates me. I swear it hates me.
Okay.
Hold on. Put it in my good ear. Okay. Now I can hear you. Thank you, sir. Absolutely, brother. Okay, so Cyril, let's get an update. Where do we stand at this point in time? I mean, everything's kind of been doing the heebie-jeebie. What are we looking like?
Let's take a look at the P&L. Let me share this 1 second. Holy cow, I have a lot of tabs. Share screen.
BTK says pink elephants on parade.
Pink elephants.
Okay, now remember, guys, this is episode 9. Now, for those who can do math, that means we have put in $225 as of today. So we're okay.
Yes, that is correct. So last week, or the week before last, right? This is the one that we had when everything went on that pump. We were up 14.72%. You know, we got made $29.59. And this week took most of that out. But we're still positive. We're still positive like 0.16%. So let's go.
That's not bad. All right. Okay, so anything we don't lose is a gain. So I'm good with that.
Yes. So we, that was last week. We put our $25 in, started off the week with 226, ended with 197 and 31 cents. And put in for this week, we put in our $25. Now we got 222 and 31 cents. So, yep,
that's okay.
That's kind of where we're at. And from there, we'll take a look at the votes, see what we're going to be buying from the based off the community, and yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so we haven't really gained a lot, but then again, we haven't lost. But what we do have, and this is what I really want to talk to the small investors about, is this is just doing $25 a week, and we're doing strategic investing strategies. But the whole thing is, what are we really giving up? Maybe a couple scratch tickets, maybe a pizza one night. Are you really giving up a whole lot? But yet already we have $225 sitting there that, God forbid something happens, we can access if we have to. I think that's better than most people have who aren't doing any kind of investing at all. So all those people say crypto is a scam, you're going to lose everything. You know what? We're showing right here that it just price of a couple pizzas, you got $225 sitting there for reserve in case something goes wrong. Not a bad deal.
And this market is the price of maybe 2 medium pizzas from Domino's.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's the thing, though. The whole point of DCAing. Imagine if we chose last week when everything was up to put in $225, and this week we would be down quite a bit. But because we're doing $25 consistently every week at the same time, we've stayed flat throughout all of the volatility that the markets have been experiencing over the last 8 weeks. But while we're flat, what have we been doing? We've been building our position, growing the amount of various tokens and blue chips that we have, so that when the markets return to performing nicely, your next bull run or whatever, we will be in a very good position. So we're not throwing our whole load in, at any one point in time, and then suddenly being down a whole bunch, or then, being up and then the next week down a whole bunch. We're consistently DCAing our way into the markets.
Okay, so it's kind of like easing yourself into a swimming pool or something, or ice cold water. You kind of get in strategically, and that's the thing is, if you play chess or Stratego, Monopoly, whatever, any game with strategy, first thing is get all your pieces in position, and that way when the battle does begin, or the bull market, you're ready for it. You're rocking and rolling, and you got nothing but blue skies. It's great, and that's what we're hoping for.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. And see, John Rick says, well, it's going to be thick when the bull run goes up. Absolutely. And that's the thing, guys, is we're doing this with $25 a week. That's not a lot. Most of us can do that. But even if you can only afford $10 a week, you know what? Give up that scratch ticket. Put $10 here. And that way, when it does hit in 6 months, a year, whenever it does, the bull market does hit, you're in a great position to just continuously take profits out.
Yep, exactly.
CCC.
It's pronounced thick.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
It says CCC to me, man. I got to learn how to read because, that don't look like thick to me. But
that's how it's pronounced. Sorry.
Is it? Okay.
You'd have to be from the garage in order to get it.
Oh, see, I haven't been invited to the special garage yet. One of these days, I will be befriended enough to be welcomed into the sacred garage.
Hey, I've told you have a standing invitation. You just have to show up here from Idaho.
Yeah, that's the only problem is, the price to get there would be more than what we have in our portfolio right now. So might be when the market starts going up. I'll take some profits and take a road trip. There we go.
Oh, there you go. That should be fun.
I like it. Okay, so John says, give up that Starbucks and get your coffee from home. Actually, this I fill with ice water and Mio Energy over and over. I don't even know where the wife got the cups. I'm guessing Starbucks somewhere. But yeah, I'm not the Starbucks guy. BTK says, that's right. All right. Hey, by the way, real quick, is my audio still doing okay? Have we had any glitches? Okay, no problems at all? Okay. Excellent. And so now the next thing I want to talk about here real quick is at this point in time, I mean, we've got a lot of people screaming that, hey, we've got the problems with Ethereum. We've got the, USTC, it's going to go back to $1. We've got all these things. Now, a lot of people, myself included, have fallen into the trap of, hey, okay, this one's going up. It's staying pretty flat, solid. It's boring. But this one here might be great. Maybe I should sell this position and put it over into this one. I'm sure you've heard that 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Does it ever go well? Because mine never has.
Well, I'm waiting for the question, I suppose.
Oh, okay. The biggest thing is, how do you deal with that? When you see those opportunities and you end up with that urge to cash out, it's like, well, if I take some of my blue chips, I could put it over here. Or if I sell out of this position, maybe it's down a few pennies, but not much. And so when you start ending up moving back and forth, what's the best way to get away from that FOMO of this new project popped up and then this one popped up and this? Then you just end up moving your bag side to side versus actually staying there for it to grow.
So, a rule of thumb, if you haven't already had some of your stuff go up right? So that you've taken some profits and you've got some USDC sitting there, to put into an opportunity, then you're not allowed. Okay. You're not allowed. You're sticking to the rules, right? Bring the rules back up for a second.
Yep. I can do that. Add a stream, and there we go. Okay, there's the rules. Okay, let's zoom out on those.
When does it say that you can sell if you're down?
50% loss.
Right. Okay. Your investment's gone poorly. It's clearly not going back up. It's flash crashing, whatever. If it's a blue chip and you're down 50%, well, I'm sorry that you bought at the top of the bull market. It sucks to suck. But if it's a DeFi project and you're down 50%, it's probably just going to keep going down anyways. You might get a little relief rally, but trust me, it's probably going to die. It's just going to take a little bit of time. It's like one of those dramatic scenes in the movie where the characters like as they're dying, and then they like lay there, and then they get up and start like dying again. Yeah, that's how most DeFi projects will go if they've dropped 50%. They're not gonna. Well, look at Matic. It was at like 2 cents for the longest time, before it finally went to over $3 or whatever the hell it was at. That's just stuff people say to convince you to hold your bag, right? So you hit that 50% loss, you can cash it out and you can put it in something else that presents a better opportunity. Maybe you'll make that back. Maybe you'll make more than that back. If it goes up 2x, guess what? Now you have your original back and you're cashing out 25% of it, right? Okay. Goes up 3x, cash out another 25%, right? Follow the rules. You are going to want to meddle, okay? It's in our nature to meddle, and meddling never goes well. Maybe if I just like tweak this a little bit, put some of it over here a little bit. Maybe if I open simultaneous trades, one on BTC, one on XRP or whatever. Anytime that's why when I'm teaching someone like leverage trading, I'm like, look, you get one asset that you can trade on at a time. That's it. You get a max of 2 positions on that asset. One, if you hit that, don't touch it. You're stuck. Okay. That's the rule. So same in this situation. We have a small account. We're growing. We haven't, we're still DCAing our way into the market with our investment. We haven't had anything hit profit yet. Are we going to sell something to put it into a better opportunity? No, we're not, because we have not hit any of those targets. We are not allowed. Okay. It doesn't matter. And blue chips, no, we're not selling blue chips to hop into a new DeFi project that's getting ready to launch. And we're like, we want to get on the ground floor. Well, guess what? Next week, when you got your $25 and you want to put it in, go for it. Right. But we're not selling our blue chips. The blue chips are our long-term play. Those are our long-term hold that we can say with relative safety are going to go up, 3, 4, 5x come bull run. That's going to be our safer growth. Our DeFi, our speculative plays, we don't sell our safer assets for DeFi. Okay, that's where our percentage goes to, and we can buy stuff each week. But it's if you start feeling that urge, you start feeling that itch. Just picture me saying no.
Oh, I like that. That was the dad voice. That's no, you can't. I love that. Okay, and I think that's one thing that I don't think we've actually covered, and that's great advice here. Is so if we're like right here in this middle, and yeah, my mouse is showing. Okay, so if you haven't hit the 2x, you don't do anything, and if you haven't hit the 50%, you don't do anything. So that it's locked, it stays. So do not be shifting shit around. It's not like a shell game or something going on here. Once you commit to it, you're committed unless it hits one of these patterns.
You're not a dealer. Stop trying to shuffle your cards.
Oh, I like that. That's a good one. Okay. Sounds good. So no, I think that definitely solves one of the pieces that I know I personally dealt with as a small investors. Yeah, okay, this one's not doing so well. Maybe I'll put it over here and see how that does. Well, that one's not doing so well. Now I'll put it over here. And time I'm done, I've paid more in gas fee, and they've all it bled to death. It doesn't go well.
That's why we don't mess with it, right? But obviously, if you're in, let's say you have an in real life situation pop up, right? And you need funds. And
Right.
God forbid that whatever you needed funds for was more than your 3 months of expenses that you have set aside in the bank account. Because unfortunately, I'm about to call a lot of the listeners out right now. But if you are here in crypto investing and you do not have 3 months of all of your expenses set aside, not in crypto, so that if an emergency pops up, you break your leg, you break your arm, you get in a car accident, you need sudden surgery, and you can't pay your bills because you can't work, then you're having to sell investment assets that maybe haven't hit certain targets, that are maybe down right now, but would be up later. And now you're taking from your future. So if you do not have that little nest egg, get out of here until you do. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it, but you're not going to do yourself any favors whatsoever. Way back when I first started investing in stocks, I had built up a nice little stock portfolio. I was doing real well with it, everything like that, but I did not have that nest egg set aside. And so, life being life, something will always pop up at some point, right? We can't plan for life. The only thing we can plan on is pay taxes and die, right?
Yeah.
So something popped up. I had to sell my stocks that I did not want to sell. And lo and behold, they did really well the next quarter, and I missed out on several thousand extra dollars that I could have had. And this was at the beginning of my journey. So that was a sizable amount of money for me back then. And because I didn't have that nest egg. So go get that. Then you can come back to crypto. We're going to be going sideways for a while. Okay. You got time, but you can't invest comfortably if you don't have that backup. Because if you're going to have to sell your investment assets to cover a sudden need, well, at least you had that to do that. But you may be very well throwing money away doing that because you didn't have that nest egg, because you have to sell an asset that's down or sell an asset that you know is about to go up because I got to pay this today. Right.
Right. Okay. And that's a good rule of thumb. That's something that we all need to do. And I think a lot of us, me included, and that's why I was ducking the screen because, yeah, I'm totally guilty of this.
I saw.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie about it. It's like, yeah, I'm probably the worst person for that because, yeah, we're living, hand to mouth. It's like, okay, we need $10. Okay, we can do that. Okay, rob Peter, PayPal kind of game. And I think a lot of people are doing that, and I don't see the economy getting better. I think it's going to get worse. And so I think that's definitely going to be something that's going to bite a lot of people. But now, can they do small investments, kind of like we're doing here? Can they take like out of, let's say they're doing $50 a week. Can they take $5 of their $50 a week, 45 in the nest egg and $5 into a blue chip and start building both simultaneously? Is that a sound strategy?
Yes. So if you treat it like a bill, right, and you have the bill smaller than what you're setting aside to build up that nest egg, just to start getting your little DCAs in, that's okay. Okay. As long as you are also consistently, unwaveringly putting into that nest egg until it hits your 3 months mark. And I mean, honestly, in this economy, 3 months, inflation or whatnot, or additional price increases from greedy corporations, your 3 months is now going to cover 2 months, so you got to keep on top of that as well. As your expenses go up, build that nest egg up. And personally, I mean, I hate saying this, it used to not be this case, but if you're going to have a 3 month nest egg, I don't know if I'd keep it in the bank. I'd probably keep it as, fiat paper that you can deposit it into the bank if you need to. But
Right, exactly. And so that's a great thing about investing is it affects more than just DeFi or stocks and things like that, but it affects our daily lives. And that's really what we want to share here, guys, is we need to change the way we're thinking, because so many of the new investors come in thinking, oh, they're going to win the lottery because they heard that Pepe, this guy, bought $200 and got millions. And crypto doesn't work that way all the time. You get 1 in a billion people that happens to, and they probably knew something was going down to begin with. Yeah, they didn't just luck into it. It doesn't happen that way.
No, not unless you're sitting there slapping $25 into every single meme token that launches, and that's probably a honeypot and then dies. Like as soon as it launches,
Right.
you're not going to catch that. You're not going to turn $27 into $1.5 billion like that one PayPay wallet, right? It's not going to
Right.
happen.
Yeah. Something's shady on that deal. You know it is. And so BTK, he called himself out. It says, that's why I'm holding XRP. I got it 33 cents and not taking my 25% yet. Haha, I'm a rule breaker. Man, Cyril, I thought you were better, example than that. This is your buddy BTK, comes over, hangs out at your place, and he still doesn't follow the rules.
Hey, to be fair, he was a habitual, I'm going to buy these things and then just never sell them. And I've been slowly working him through that, and he's been doing really well. So round of applause. He got rid of a lot of those little shit coins that he'd been holding on to for forever. So I'll allow him XRP. Okay. I'll allow him
that. Fair enough. Okay. And this says, you got to have enough crappy USD in the bank accounts. Yeah. And that's the thing that a lot of people don't do. And like you said, banks, I don't know if I trust, I don't know what you can trust anymore. I mean, the world is changing. It's crazy anymore. And so there's really no place that's safe. And it's just getting nuts out there. So be careful everywhere you go.
No, 100%. So let's take a look at the votes, because I promised a certain 3 and 2-year-old that I would be done in time for their bedtime.
Gotcha. Okay. And is that why I heard knocking on the door?
No, that's them running back and forth across the room above the garage.
Oh, cool. Hi, guys.
That's the guest suite that they're currently staying in until we finish converting the office into a bedroom for them.
Gotcha. Okay. No worries. Let me bring that up on where our votes are. Now, guys, real quick, once again, if you haven't voted, you don't know what it is. And I'm making the polls, by the way, every Thursday morning. As soon as I take the records, I'm immediately creating the new poll. So they've been up and going for about 12 hours now. And I want to make sure I can actually go. Oh my God, I lost it. This is why I can't have nice things. There we go.
Let's see if you actually grab the right ones this time.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Did I get the right ones? Okay. So real quick, I want to throw that in the Discord. So guys, definitely hop in the Discord. Cast your vote, join the community. And if you're feeling froggy, there is a private family channel. Now that is $5 a month. And I put in the alpha stuff of things that I'm, quote, testing, or it's like, I'm dabbling in this. Let's see what happens. This morning, I just shared one that BTK shared with me that I threw in there. But do your own research, because it's something I've just starting to get into. But if you want to know what I'm doing behind the scenes, that's where I'm posting it.
You sent that over to me too, but I haven't had a chance to take a look at it yet because, well, I mean, he knows why. So.
Right, exactly. I've been running for about 5 days on it, and it's collecting. And so we'll see what it turns out. But I mean, hell, could be a waste of time, could be nothing. We will see.
Comment.
Where is it? This one is a little... yeah, that one is a little sketchy. Be careful. Okay, got it. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on it. I've got my... yeah.
Keeping an eye on it. We'll see. All put the whole treasury in it.
Oh, you're not supposed to? Shit. Oops. Honey, take that back out again. I screwed up. My bad. Okay, so let's bring up today's and see where we stand, boys and girls.
What blue chip are we getting?
Blue chip. We are 7 votes for BNB.
Okay. Nice.
Now, let me ask you on that, sir. With BNB, do you see any problems with the whole CZ and Binance and all that stuff going down? Do you have any fears of that? Or do you think it's still pretty solid?
I still think it's pretty solid. Again, the SEC is throwing spaghetti at the wall to see if it's cooked yet, right? And I think I just aged myself with that reference, didn't I?
You did, yeah. Yeah, you're almost my age, buddy. You're getting up there.
Crap. But yeah, so until something definitive occurs, I look at it this way. BNB right now, the price is being suppressed. That's great for accumulation. So
yep, and I would agree. I think a lot of it comes back down, just like when USDC, all the drama and like, oh my God, the sky is falling and people are selling. It was insane. And you had the wisdom to say, no, there's no way. That's just silly. I'm going to buy more of it. And of course you did. And what did it do? Went right back to peg and life was good. It's like, okay. So not financial advice, guys, but please understand the size of Binance and BNB, it's huge. For it to actually get wrecked is insane. So my personal opinion, yes, I totally agree with Cyril. I think BNB is an awesome buy, and I think it's a great vote here. So good job in my book.
Thank you.
Okay. So now our DeFi project, once again, we have a 3 week in a row win on Only Birds. We have
This is
7
the
votes.
4th week.
Oh, is it 4th? Okay, I can't count. I went to school in Idaho, man.
Guys. Okay. Well, at least they get the idea of what they should be doing when it comes to investing, where you're picking 3 or 4 projects and then you just keep accumulating those ones until they do something, right?
Right.
So, you guys seem to have understood the spirit of it. I guess the only reason why I personally am trying to encourage you guys to pick something else too is because I do run Only Burns, and so I'm never the type of person who tries to like shill my own stuff or anything like that. So I'm glad you guys like it. I'm glad you guys think it's cool, but this whole the rags to riches is to teach the investing journey. So as long as they're learning, yes, we have 3, 4, maybe 5 things that we want to diversify into. We don't want to over diversify and we don't want to under diversify. We want to have 4 or 5 that we are accumulating to position ourselves that we believe will do well longer term. So they've learned the lesson, the spirit of it. So that's
yes,
good.
they have. But at the same time, now, one thing that I've noticed, and I want to throw this out there because I was thinking about this earlier when I was making this up, is right now things are very quiet. The DeFi space is pretty chill. And the only thing that's really happening in DeFi is these projects where minimum buying is $300 or $500 or $5,000 NFT or whatever it is. Now, there is some great opportunities in those if you have the capital. But unlike, a year ago, there's not projects popping up all over the place that you can put $25 into. I wish there were. And so things like we look at our board here and we've got like collective finance, an awesome one. Yeah. Putting into gold is great. Only Birds, also another good one. Bitfighter's game that's not even released yet. Paper and Elephant Money. I haven't done my research on them like I should, but I know they keep coming up. And so, yes, diversification is great, but I think I know why people keep voting for Only Burns. And I have a feeling it's because of what we call the Tinder pool, and they know that's coming. And so, Sarah, I know you don't like to talk about yourself, but I'm going to put you on the spot, brother. Let's tell the community a little bit just what is Tinder about? Why are some of us so excited about that? And we keep DCing into that same one over and over, even though it's probably a year out, right?
Well, I don't know if it's a year out. We're positioning ourselves pretty well with the treasury. We're farming. Yield is tough to get right now. Let me tell you what. I was at that one. Remember last week we talked about DGEB Brain Finance. Right. I'm already no longer farming there. I farmed there for I think it was like 2.5 weeks. We made some good money off of it. I think our what do we get? 5%. Total in those 2.5 weeks is what we got on what we were farming, and we weren't exposed to any depreciating assets. Our funds weren't locked up, so 5%, in that time frame, it is not bad, right? And
grab and go.
But I'll be brief with this because over time, but basically, what we're doing is Only Burns has a treasury that it's growing. And that treasury, once it is yielding between $500 to $700 in revenue a day, which we're about, I don't know, I'd say we're about 18, 20% there, give or take. But once it's yielding that, we're going to be starting up a single staking pool where you take your Oburn token that you have, you deposit it into the Tinder pool, and ahead of time during the deposit period, what is my monthly percentage return going to be for this month if I deposit my Oburn? And so you can run the math, you can do the calculations and say, hey, it would make sense for me to maybe get a little bit more, maybe to Maybe the price is up because other people have got more. So let me sell some of my Oburn and then deposit it, or however you want to play it, right? You have those numbers locked in each month. And the numbers, we're taking the revenue that we're farming and we're depositing it from the previous month into the Tinder pool. You deposit your Oburn, and you get dripped out the profit from that accumulated from the prior month. And then whatever we farmed that month is deposited for next month. And then you have that little deposit period that opens. You can deposit your Oburn, you earn your money from that, and then it kicks you out at the end of the month. And it'll be a way for us to essentially aggregate the yield on all of these different protocols that pop up through me managing the treasury and share that with the Oburn holders. And so that's what we're working towards. It'll take us a bit of time to get there. This is not the best time in the markets to be, trying to do something like that, but it's all about DCAing and positioning the treasury so that when the yield flows back into the space, we'll be in a really good position to capture a lot of it and then really hit the ground running. So we're kind of more long game. Our token, there's not a lot of volume on it. People aren't really looking to, trade it or anything like that. And that's fine. It's not your typical DeFi project. This is our goal. This is what we're working towards. If you want to join us for the journey, great. If you don't, that's okay too. I'm sure if you're in DeFi space, you're looking for things that are currently exciting, volatility, trading, blah, 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 blah. You're not going to find that in the Oburn token. So understand, and this is why you do your own research before buying into something. Understand what you're getting into so that you can say, ooh, is this for me or is this not for me? What do I want to do with it? So
exactly. And I think that's really important, just because a lot of people that are here, they know that that's the final destination. They know that's how it's going. And so, yeah, it's a great way to collect. And me personally, not financial advice, but I would say, yeah, if you're throwing some money in, I'd say, hey, toss a couple bucks in Oburn, just let it collect and over the next 6 months, a year, whatever. And that's when it's actually going to start doing something. But until then, it's going to be very, very boring. But like Cyril warned us before, strategic investing is not exciting. It is boring. But that's the good thing. It's boring. There's no drama. Oh my God, it's on fire. I lost everything. It's wrecking. Yeah. But that's how we build.
Exactly. And, I think that the community over at Oburn knows that. And it's very chill in the Discord. There's not a whole lot of conversation that takes place because there's a lot of drama in other Discords right now that's more fun to hang out with and, chit chat. And that's okay too. People know what they got into. They're chill, they're happy with it, and they're just happy to wait, and that's fine,
Yep, that's it exactly. But I definitely want to point that out because it is one of those where it does keep coming up, but I think because a lot of the community know exactly what to expect in what time frame. And so they're like, hey, that's a great hold. And now in a year from now, I have a feeling, now just my personal opinion, a lot of people going, man, I should have been buying it when we kept voting for it. Don't I feel dumb? So
well, it's again, I'm never one to suggest what anybody does with their money. In fact, I have been seeing quite a few times in various Discords that I run being like, yo, stop buying so much of that token. I've even told BTK, stop, you have enough Oburn, stop it, just stop. So because again, at heart, I'm an educator, and if your percentage of what you're purchasing of something goes over what I feel is a safe portfolio balance, I will tell you to stop. Don't over leverage. Just follow your plan. But
there you go, exactly. And so I know you got to go, but we got one quick update I've got to throw out here if I can bring it up here. So just for the crowd, yes, I can tell you that Cheetos did respond to me.
Hold up.
Yep.
Okay. Test your audio again.
Audio checking. Were you good?
All right, you're good. When you went and did that screen presentation, your audio went all bungled, but now it's fine again.
Okay. It's probably me. I probably broke it. So Cheetos, my man, did win, and he did respond to me today in time. And he wants to thank Funny Toro for letting him know that he won. But he also said, give it to Funny Toro if possible, since he was the second before I was the final one alive. I'm good. Thank you for the opportunity. So, Funny Toro, my man.
Very nice.
That is Cheetos, brother. Thank you for your generosity. Funny Toro, shoot me your wallet address, brother, and I'll send that over to you.
Awesome.
So, also, guys, if you would, please do me a huge favor. Take a minute. If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, jump in the Discord, show some love, and especially go out and tell your friends, your family member, coworkers, let them know they don't have to be rich. They don't have to be super educated. They don't have to be really smart or tech savvy. They simply have to have a desire to change their life and encourage to follow that dream. And they too can join us on this great crypto adventure. Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us on our 9th episode of Rags to Riches. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Again, make sure you hop in the Discord, vote. I want to see you guys vote. And, I want to see us get 10 votes from people on the things for next week. So let's go.
Absolutely. I'm hoping for 20. So everyone, thank you so much for joining us, and we will catch you next week. Have a great weekend.
Take care.
Bye, guys.